अपना सामग्री तो भरा तो कौन सा रहा
थोड़ा एडजस्ट करना, टेढ़ा करना, घुमाना।
इधर लाइन
जो ना वेरी तो बन नहीं
स्लाइड बटन देना नहीं प्लास्टिक
just repeat.
Right.
सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्णः परमात्मने नमः। न मे पार्थास्ति कर्तव्यम् त्रिषु लोकेषु किञ्चन नानवाप्तमवाप्तव्यम् वर्त एव च कर्मणि यदि ह्यहं न वर्तेयं
जातु कर्मण्यतन्द्रितः मम वर्त्मानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्याः पार्थ सर्वशः उत्सीदेयुरिमे लोकाः न कुर्यां कर्म चेदहम् संकरस्य च कर्ता स्याम् उपहन्यामि माः प्रजाः सक्ताः कर्मण्य विद्वांसः यथा कुर्वन्ति भारत कुर्याद्विद्वांस्तथा सक्तः चिकीर्षुर्लोकसङ्ग्रहम् न बुद्धिभेदं जनयेत् अज्ञानां कर्मसङ्गिनां जोषयेत् सर्वकर्माणि विद्वान् युक्तः समाचरन् प्रकृतेः क्रियमाणानि गुणैः कर्माणि सर्वशः अहंकार विमूढात्मा कर्ताहमिति मन्यते तत्त्ववित्तु महाबाहो गुणकर्म विभागयोः गुणा गुणेषु वर्तन्ते इति मत्वा न सज्जते. Okay. So what we have seen till now, त्रिषु लोकेषु किंचन मे पार्थः मे कर्तव्यं न अस्ति हे पार्थः. So Krishna says, in all the three lokas I have nothing which is obligatory on me that I have to do. I have no karma whatsoever, duty bound or obligatory, that I need to do. Nanavaptam avaptavyam varta eva cha karmani. I have attained everything in the past or till now, and whatever is to be attained is also attained. Nanavaptam avaptavyam varta eva cha karmani. So whatever by actions which I had to achieve, I have achieved in the past, present, and also whatever in the future. There is nothing which is achievable yet by me. Okay, hence he justifies name parthasti kartavya. Now, having justified his position that he doesn't need to achieve anything, connecting to the earlier shloka, yadyadacharati shreshtaha tattadevetaro janaha, and नैव तस्य कृतेनार्थः नाकृते नेह कश्चन न चास्य सर्वभूतेषु कश्चिदर्थव्यपाश्रयः. Why? He is yastvatmaratirev syat. Hence, he has nothing to do and nothing to achieve. Atmaratihi eva syat Ishwarah. Okay. न तस्य कृतेन अर्थः ना कृते नेह कश्चनः. There is nothing he is yet to achieve by doing something. And from that general statement, when he confirms it that specially for him, Trishu lokeshu kinchana nanavaptam avaptavyam, yet tarhi, because there is a comma now, a semicolon. He says, although I do not have to do anything, nothing is bound upon me, I have no nitya naimittika kamya prayaschitta karmani, yet I continue to do the work. Why I continue to do the work? Asakto hi acharan karma paramapnoti purushaha. As a jnani will continue to do a work same way I continue to do all my work Trishu Lokeshu. Varta eva cha karmani. Why does he tell that? Now he justifies. Yadi aham na varteyam. Yadi aham na varteyam, if I do not do any karma, akarmani atandritaha jatu, and if I sit lazily not doing anything, as people would see me, the law, the rule book, the Shastra says I don't have to do anything because I have nothing to achieve. So I don't need to do anything. But in case I sit and not do anything, yadi tarhi mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvashah. People who look upon me as yadyadacharati shreshtaha tattadevetaro janah aham pramanam kurute. Sayat praman aham pramanam kurvahe. I am setting myself as an example. Tarhi manushyaha mama vartmanu vartante. They will just follow what I am doing. So when my Krishna bhaktas, when they look at me that I am not doing anything, they will implicitly follow me. Hence, I have an obligatory duty. I impose an obligatory duty on myself. Although I don't have it, I impose it as though I have it on myself. Seemingly as I have a duty, it is just for the love for the world, to ensure that everyone does their work. I have to set a right example, and hence, if others work for 12 hours, I have to work for 24 hours, 365 days, 24 by 7. No option at all. Is it clear? So, when you connect all this together, you see how he is developing it very clearly. He says, first understand karma, karma yoga required so that you will mature out from karma and slowly you will curtail yourself for jnana. Once you become jnana nishta, no karma is imposed on you by the Shastra. Correct? And when no karma is imposed on you, you have an option not to do anything, and you have an option to do Loka Sangraha. In case you do not do anything, then there are many people who are following you who will continue to do the same. Secondly, your jnanam is not beneficial to anyone else. Hence, at all times, for all people, jnani or ajnani, karma, anivarya, the only difference is ajnani does karma yoga for chitta shuddhi. Jnani continues to do karma. You will not call it karma yoga. He continues to do karma for loka sangraha. Is it clear? Okay. And hence I set myself as an example for this, so that others who implicitly follow me will just do what I am doing, or just will follow it. If I keep telling Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara and I do not do it, then others will also continue to just say Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara and not do it. You know? By this, what a very important message he is giving to all the parents. If you want your children to do what you want, don't tell them. You have to do it. How much ever you have grown up, how much ever it is not going to benefit you, because you are asking them to do Because you are convinced of the value of doing it. If you are convinced of the value of doing it, you do it. Just do it. So practice and not just preach. Practice, and when someone asks why it is, clarify to them why are you practicing it. That will give a big impact rather than preaching them and not practicing. One day they will ask, you only talk about it, you don't do anything about it. Why should I do it? And that's a reality. Correct? Okay. The only difference is earlier people did not have the guts to ask that. They used to mentally ask, which means the value anyway has gone down. Today children can openly ask because that freedom is available to them. In any case, whether you ask or do not ask, if that thought comes into your mind, the value has already gone down. So if you need a value to be upheld, if you value the value, then you have to practice it. Just not preach it. It's a very important way that Krishna is saying that giving himself as an example, he has to do it. Okay? Right. So we'll go to the 24th shloka now. Utsideyurime lokaha na kuryang karma chedaham sankarasya cha kartasyam upahanyami maaf prajaha. Utsideyurime lokaha na kuryang karma chedaham sankarasya cha kartasyam upahanyami maaf prajaha. Utsideyuhu ime lokaha. Utsideyuhu ime lokaha na kuryam karma chet aham. Na kuryam karma chet aham. Sankarasya cha karta syam. Sankarasya cha karta syam upahanyam imaha prajaha. Upahanyam imaha prajaha. Utsideyuhu ime lokaha na kuryam karma chet aham sankarasya cha karta syam upahanyam imaha prajaha. Okay. What is he saying here? Aham na kuryam chet. In case I do not do it. Aham na kuryam chet. Okay. Ime lokaha utsideyuhu. Ime lokaha utsideyuhu. All the people, all the persons, all the people. Utsideyuhu. Utsideyuhu means they will perish. Sankarasya kartasyam imah prajam cha upahanyama. Imaha prajaha. Prajaha prakarshena jayante prajaha. Okay, imaf prajaha, these people, okay, cha upahanyama, I will be destroying. Upahanyama, how? Sankarasya cha kartasyam, by I will be the creator of confusion. Okay, be careful. Sham karaha iti shankaraha. Sham is good, pious, divine. Karoti iti shankaraha. Okay, sankaraha. Sankaraha means confusion, destruction, vinashaha. Okay, if you replace shakara with sakara, sometimes people say Sankar, Sankar Bhagwan. Sankar Bhagwan is a problem, huh? Shankar Bhagwan is correct. Okay, it is a different thing that just because of that dialect they are telling it that way, they do not mean it. But in Sanskrit, if you are using the word Sankara, Sankara, because we have seen na, Varna Sankaraha, first chapter. Varna Sankaraha. Okay, so Sankarasya cha kartasyam aham upahanyamaha. I will be the creator of confusion and thereby instrument to destroy imaf prajaha. Okay, why is he saying it like this? See, a very, very important aspect is coming in this particular shloka and the next shloka. Says, the first line is very clearly a continuation of the earlier context. Aham na kuryam, if I do not do the work. It is just a continuation of the earlier concept. Nothing, because which means consider all what has been told till now. Okay, there are many things which he has told. Yad yad acharati, one does not have to do if you are a jnani. If you are an ajnani, you have to do for chitta shuddhi. All those things. Consider all that. Now he says, in case I do not do it, ime lokaha utsideyu. Why is he saying utsideyu first? And then utsideyu is they will perish. How they will perish? Sankarasya cha kartasya. I become the reason for the confusion, upahanyama, and the destruction. So now he is taking a bigger responsibility on himself, says that not just, okay, we will say fine, I am not bothered whether others are looking at me or not. Aham Brahmasmi. Fine. He says it doesn't end there. It doesn't end there. Why? You will be creating a confusion. By creating a confusion, you will be the reason for destruction. How can that be there? Let us go with live examples and practical examples. We will understand it better. $300 back, my great-great-great-great-grandfather, whoever was there then, was doing certain dincharya, the day-to-day activity. If you imagine your great-great-grandfather 300 years back, do you expect that that great-great-grandfather would be sitting with a mobile in the morning and looking at WhatsApp? If you look at the situation, then no light itself, fair enough. Okay. But then would he have got up or would she have got up and, chalo, let me go and gossip with the neighbor early in the morning? Do you feel they would have done that? If not WhatsApp. What was available? Everyone knows no, correct? Then they would have been doing something else. What they would have been doing at that time? Some puja, some prarthana, correct? Some morning rituals would be there. they would be following it. Okay. Will they be following only on Diwali day or Sankranti day? Or will it be every day? See, you are getting your answers, huh? So they would be following few things daily. Okay, will they be following it just to show others? Or would it be that they are doing it for themselves because they believe there is a value in doing it and it is going to benefit them? Correct? If you have to show it to others, how many days it will be there? Maybe one day, 2 days, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. It will not be lifelong you will be doing the same thing. Right? Whatever you have a value, you are not bothered whether others see it, what they react to it, whether say it is good or whether it is bad, but you still do it because you believe there is a value in it. That is the motivation for you to every time do it. A person who is convinced that washing hand every 2 hours during the time of COVID would have religiously practiced it for every 2 hours. Yes or no? Same way they would have been doing certain things which we surely know that one small portion is somewhere sticking with us today. But what they would have been doing is something which we can't even imagine what it is. Why? I'm not even aware what they would have been doing. Yes or no? When I know that they were for sure, times have changed. But everyone had certain discipline of their own in their day-to-day life which they have been doing. Like what we have a discipline. Whether the discipline is good, bad, otherwise I am not referring to. Okay. If we have a discipline of seeing the WhatsApp every day morning, it's a discipline. Whether it is good or bad, I am not referring to. But there is a discipline they were following. Now that discipline we feel today how they would be doing it. Then we justify to ourselves saying they had no other option. उनके पास क्या था दूसरा करने के लिए? Yes or no? अभी का समय जैसा थोड़ी है. Light नहीं था. They couldn't travel anywhere. They couldn't speak to anyone. Maximum if they have to go to some neighborhood, it is not even like a flat system. They have to go few meters away or few couple of hundreds of meters away to meet the next person. करेंगे क्या? ठीक है, गाय भैंस संभालो, वो करो, ये करो, चारा डालो, सुबह तुलसी, जो भी है, पूजा पाठ करो, भजन करो, कीर्तन करो, something or the other they would be doing. You say they didn't have any other option. Okay. Now look at the other way around. If they thought of being merry and just enjoying every day morning, chalo, let us all elders go for a walk. All the elders, let us go for a walk. And then let us have some place, have something, gappa marege, hasege, laughing club. They could not have done it. They could have done it rightly. Do you feel they would have done it at that time? We all know they have not done it. Huh? Why? Because when we look at it, we understand that the value of what we are talking is far lower than what they have actually done, which was much more valuable. And that is true value which we know it. We know it. Correct? How did it not come to me? If 300 years back those people would have done it, obviously 600 years back those people would have continued to do it, and the 300 years back people would have taken it from them. Yes or no? From that 300 years to maybe 150 years when you go, still 90% or even 99% would have been there. Yes or no? 150 years to now, maybe another 75 years back, at least 50-70% of it would have still been there. I am talking of 1947. Whoever your grandparents at that time, would still have done at least 80-90% of what earlier they would have done. Correct? Now come to 1990s, which is, or 1970s, the earlier generation than mine, I'll put it that way. How many of that would have got? Maybe a 20-30%. People started moving, coming to different places. Then slowly facilities have changed, comfort levels have changed, priorities have changed. Yes. From there, look at your childhood, what you were doing at your childhood versus what our children did in their childhood. Big difference or no? How did it change? Is there one reason? Did someone come and teach our children, please don't do what I did in my childhood? How did they miss it? Getting it? Because I stopped doing it, I could not propagate it to the next generation. So this particular aspect is a very slow poison. When you start doing certain things, slow, immediate impact will not be there. There won't be any immediate impact. You will say, yesterday I did it, everything was the same. Today I did not do it, everything is the same. No impact will be there. But over a period of time, you will see slowly changes have started happening by itself. When we were children, we do not even know what is a computer and a mobile. But our grandchildren are born with a mobile. When they come out itself, what they are given first is a mobile to play. And they know every app and they know every game. Not only that, their mind is so quick in understanding that even if 10 times they teach us, we do not understand. Yes or no? How did that come? Again, yadyadacharati shreshtaha tattadevetaro jana. No other way. No other way. So he says, in case I have a lethargy of not doing something today and I do not do it, for me, I am a jnani. I have nothing to gain, I have nothing to lose. Even if the whole universe tells Krishna is a chor, mahachor, मुझे कोई फर्क नहीं गिरता. I am a jnani. But looking at from that perspective, if I do not do it, there will be slowly a confusion. It starts with a confusion. And once there is a confusion, that is the seed for destruction. When will a confusion come? We have to very understand this a very, very logical way. Why is he telling it that way? Because that aspect of it, we have to be very, very clear how it is so deep rooted and superficially we never even are aware of it. Okay. Take a small example. Earlier no one had a doubt. दिवाली आज है कि कल है, गोकुलाष्टमी आज है कि कल है. Today for every small thing, there are 10 people telling it is today, 20 people telling it is tomorrow. Why? That means more access to information. Right. How many information sources can be there, you tell me? One. There cannot be more sources of information. But understanding that source would have then changed it somewhere and made into 2. That 2 becomes 20. Correct? Like a chain propagation, it keeps going. And because the speed of information is so fast, in a day you start getting 4 different dates of the same thing in the WhatsApp, and then I do not know what to follow now. Yes or no? I have a confusion now. I was happy. I do not know the absolute correct date. I don't need to know it. One day I was doing it, everyone were doing it, all were happy. Now 2 people have said, one says Trayodashi Dhanteras is going to be on Friday. On Saturday. Another person says, no. Your Kali Chodas is coming on Monday, so Dhanteras has to be on Sunday. Yes, logic is correct. But what goes through logic, what should not go through logic? And for me, a common man, I see, oh, this is also right, this is also right, what should I do? Are you able to get this? And this confusion is called Sankara. Slowly the confusion sets in. Now when confusion sets in, there will be people of different caliber, different maturity levels. One person will say, doesn't matter to me. It's important that we follow one. We follow something, we do it. Doing it is important. It really doesn't matter whether it is today or tomorrow. For me, both is the same. I value both equally. That person bach gaya. There will be another person who will say, no. If I am doing it, I have to do it on the right day only. Wrong day karke matlab nahi hai. Over. Hair splitting exercise of going and asking everyone. रास्ते में जिसको भी मिला, this is the question. तुम्हारा घर पे दिवाली कब मनाने वाले हो? तुम्हारा घर पे दिवाली कब मनाने वाले हो? Correct? Now the other person who met was blissfully happy, deciding that that day it is. Now this person has seeded the confusion. No, but that Panchang is telling like this also. Over. Sankarasya cha kartasya. Are you understanding? Now looking at this confusion at home, and the parents and grandparents fighting. No, Diwali is today, Diwali is tomorrow. The next generation says, खड्डे में क्या दिवाली ही नहीं करना है. अपने को क्या है, मिठाई खाने से मतलब है, पटाखा फोड़ने से मतलब है, वो कभी भी रहने दो, डजंट मैटर. दैट्स ऑल. तुम बोलेगा दिसंबर में दिवाली है, चलेगा वो दिन, जिस दिन हमको ये मिला वो दिवाली है. Do you understand how this confusion now goes to destruction? Confusion will lead to only destruction. However small the thing is, even in our mind, if there is a confusion, it will only lead to destruction. Where you need to be confused, rather I would say there is no place where you need to be confused. You may not have a clarity on certain things. That means I have hypothesis. This is correct or this is correct. Then I go rationally solve it and close the topic. It is not a confusion. I need a clarity on a point, which is perfectly okay. I understood this shloka properly. I did not understand this shloka properly. I have a doubt whether it is this could be the meaning or this could be the meaning. This is I go and check with a person who knows it, and my confusion is gone. That clarity I get it. But for things beyond that, which you have no control or nothing to prove it or nothing to hold upon, what is the question of confusion? That confusion is not going to lead anything. That confusion is not going to give a clarity. Yeah? It is like asking whether this doctor is good or that doctor is good. Now you tell me, can someone say this doctor is only good and or that doctor is only good? This is only going to lead confusion. There is no clarity in this. If you ask whether this doctor is available in the morning on Saturdays 9 to 11 or that doctor is available, yes, that requires a clarification. That is not a confusion. But if you ask whether this doctor is good or that doctor is good, then it is maha confusion. It will only lead to destruction. Are you getting it? So we should have doubts where we clarify doubts and get ourselves with certain conviction. But confusion bringing in life will be a problem. Not only confusion bringing in life, transmitting confusion is the biggest ailment which we have today. When I see that the other person is very happy with a certain clarity, I have a lot of problem. How come that person is not confused? Let me put all the effort to confuse that person. Hey, you don't know? Like this also it is there. No. How did you know? Hey, I got 10 WhatsApp on that. And everything Guru is Google and WhatsApp. Correct? Because Shastrams are disseminated only by WhatsApp and Google. Not by attending classes and talking and understanding. No. Everything. What Krishna said, what Krishna didn't want to say. One shloka for every mindset, one shloka for every action also people have conned it and kept. For pride, click, this is the shloka. For this confusion, click, this is the shloka. People have mastered Bhagavad Gita. And these are biggest confusions. Correct. So, Krishna clearly said that I don't want to be the reason of this confusion. Why? What happens here? Shastram says dharmam chara. Correct? And Krishna is nicely sleeping. Now the people looking upon Krishna as an ideal, they will have a confusion whether to follow Shastram or whether to follow Krishna. Yes or no? Correct? And hence, forget that. When you go to Shastram itself, maha confusion. And this confusion, we who are students and who are teachers of the Shastra will call it seemingly confusing. Please understand. They are not confusion, but they look seemingly confusion. The Shastram itself has got a lot of such seemingly confusion statements. We will go with some examples because then only we will understand how not to get into such grey area of confusion. We need to be very specific and selective. What is the source of this knowledge coming to, any knowledge coming to us? Don't make this brain of ours a डस्टबिन. सब जगह से आया तो आगते स्वागतम कुरिया, आने दो भाई, सब जगह से आ रहा है, आने दो. That is the reason for confusion. You should have a right source. You should be convinced of the source, and from that source it comes. Take a clarity if required, and that's it. Don't go to check. It is like going for a second opinion with a doctor, third opinion with a doctor. No doctors will match. Correct? Now, go to Shastram. The Shastram also is the same way. Upanishad tells, Praja cha swadhyaya pravachane cha, Prajanascha swadhyaya pravachane cha, Prajatischa swadhyaya pravachane cha, Satyancha swadhyaya pravachane cha, Tapascha swadhyaya pravachane cha, Damascha swadhyaya pravachane cha. What is pravachane, swadhyaya, pravachane cha. What does this mean? Swadhyaya means swa adhyaya. Need to know and need to follow. Learn it, understand it from a teacher, get convinced about it, follow it. Is it enough to follow? No. Propagate it. Tell it to others. As a teacher has taught you and you are convinced and you are following it, you be the teacher and teach others. And that's how that Sadashiva Samarambam, that parampara will go ahead. Correct? How many places it has come? Ritancha swadhyaya, satyancha swadhyaya, tapascha swadhyaya, damascha swadhyaya, shamascha swadhyaya, agnayascha swadhyaya, agnihotrancha swadhyaya, athitayascha swadhyaya, prajacha swadhyaya, manushancha swadhyaya. So many things they are told. Agnayascha swadhyaya pravachanecha, agnihotrancha swadhyaya pravachanecha. Okay, do agni karma, do agnihotra, do prajacha swadhyaya. Be in grihastha prajanascha swadhyaya. Have children. All this very clearly Upanishad tells. Okay, this person is convinced. Correct. Whatever is told is dharmic, I have to do it. Yes, I do. Immediately after 2 chapters, the same Upanishad says, na karmana, na prajaya, dhanena, tyagena, ekena, amritatvamānashuhu. Na karmana, don't do karma. Na prajaya, don't have children. Dhanena, tyagena, prajaya tyagena, karmana tyagena, dhanena tyagena. Why? Ekena amritatvamānashuhu. Only one thing that will give you moksha. Now a person with basic intelligence, I am not talking about people who are devotees, you know devotees are a special category of people. Sorry to say, but devotees, I understand this word devotees that way. They are a special category of people who will never use this. Blind followers are called devotees. Blindly follow. No inquiry. No using of upper story. Devotees. But if I forget devotees, but if you have some basic intelligence, why? Human beings are supposed to have intelligence. Correct? Ahara nidra bhayamaithunancha samanametat pashubhirnaranam dharmo hitesho adhiko visheshaha dharma vihina pashubhis samana. You replace with dharma with buddhi, it is the same. Buddhya vihina pashubhis samana. Correct? So we are all intelligent people, and if we have an intelligence, we are supposed to use it. And when you use it, a natural basic question will come. Sir, prajacha swadhyaya agnayascha swadhyaya pravachane. Here it is coming na karmana na prajaya dhanena. Correct? So such confusion Shastra brings. Here at least in Taittiriya Upanishad, chapter 1 to chapter 4, we can at least say in between the person would have forgotten. While learning chapter 4, the person has forgotten chapter 1. Correct? Like normally, if I tell 4 shlokas before this Bhagavad Gita, what we are doing 24, if we take the 20th shloka, everything has got evaporated. Like that, no problem, the person would have forgotten. Go to Mundaka Upanishad, that is worst. The first shloka is telling something and the Seventh shloka is telling exactly the opposite. In Mundaka Upanishad, तदेतत् सत्यं मंत्रेषु कर्माणि कवयोः यान्यः पश्यंस्तानि त्रेतायां बहुधा संततानि तान्य आचरथ नियतं सत्यकामा एष वै पंथाः सुकृतस्य लोके. This is the path for happy living of people. What? एतत् सत्यं मंत्रेषु कर्माणि यान्य अपश्यन् तानि त्रेतायां बहुधा संततानि, with lot of children. Okay. तान्य आचरथ नियतं सत्यकामा एषः वः पंथाः सुकृतस्य लोके. Very clearly आचरतः. You please follow this. Very clear injunction. Do it. आचरतः. What? Whatever is told. Do karmas. Correct? Have children. Bahuda santatani. Bahuda. They are all of earlier time. Not हम दो हमारे एक बहुधा संततानि. Okay. And when it goes to the seventh shloka, प्लवाह्येते अदृढा यज्ञ रूपा अष्टादशोक्तमा वरम येषु कर्मा एतच्छ्रेयो यः अभिनंदन्ति मूढ़ाः. Very clearly, who followed all that are मूढ़ाः. You are a foolish person. Okay. Plavahyete adhridaha yajna rupaha. Dhrida means what? Firm. Adhrida means what? Shaky. Plava means what? Boat. Boat with holes. How safe it is to cross the waters? Like that, he says adhridaha yajna rupaha. That karmas, yajnas, adhridaha, ashtadashoktama yeshu karmaha. They are all absolutely dwindling. It will not give you anything. Okay. Abhinandanti moodhaha. Etat shreyaha. One who feels great shreyas with that, I congratulate him as specially Mr. Fool. Abhinandanti moodhaha. Now, when a person reads this, what will happen? Are you getting? Where the Sankara, we are not deviating. The word Sankara can come from many places. Even Shastra can bring Sankara. You don't have to go to WhatsApp. Learning properly the Shastra itself can bring Sankara if the teacher has not explained properly. If we learn it by ourselves, the Sankara will come. That is why a teacher needs to explain why what it is. It is like saying a doctor sees a person who is 45 kilograms and he says, what is your diet? This person says that I eat only about 2 chapatis in a day. That's it. He says, no, you have to eat 2 chapatis in the morning and 2 chapatis in the evening and another, if possible, 2 chapatis in between also. That is a prescription very clearly. You can take that as one verse of Upanishad. 2 chapatis in the morning, 2 chapatis in the afternoon, 2 chapatis in the evening is good for your health. This person goes away. Another person comes now to the same doctor. 128 kilograms. Doctor asks him, how many chapatis do you eat? He says 2 chapatis. When? He says before eating my food and after eating my food. So the doctor tells him, chapati is poisonous to you. Another Upanishad mantra. Chapati is poisonous to you. Now when a person without knowing these two contexts, if he reads, will not it be Sankara? Are you able to get this? Like that, He says, just if you do something like this, or if you don't do something like this, both can be a Varna Sankara. Will be a Sankara to people. Sankarasya cha kartasyam. So people just see it and understand with common intelligence. And for a common man, you should never bring confusion. Our action to others, our speech to others should never bring a confusion. Should never bring a confusion. If you are not sure, you firmly say, I am not sure. Rather than saying, ऐसा भी हो सकता है, ऐसा भी हो सकता है. Are you able to get this? It's such a very important aspect in our actions, in our speech, which we need to follow, which Krishna is telling here. Okay, he says, whatever the reason may be, don't bring confusion into people, because once they are confused, the result of it is destruction. The result of it is destruction, simple. Okay, just imagine you go to someone whom you know that is knowledgeable and you want an answer, and that person says, हाँ ऐसा भी हो सकता है, वैसा भी हो सकता है, it can be like this also. Or the person has to be very clear, in such a context, this is what is possible. In such a context, this is what is possible. Then you are clear. But if he says, ऐसा भी हो सकता है, then what happens? Then you are having conviction. What conviction? That I should never go to this person because he is confused. That conviction you will have. And if you don't have that conviction, upahanyami, destruction is sure. Correct? The biggest problem when we go to someone to understand or ask or get clarification, there is a big issue in that, I'll tell you. We never go with such a earnest desire to get our clarification done. We never go with it. We always go with a presupposed answer what you want to hear. Don't we go to doctor and say, doctor, I have this. These are all my symptoms. I think I have got viral fever. What do you say? What? I think I have got viral fever. What do you say? He will say tathastu. Yes or no? Right or not? That means I have presupposed, I have gone with the mindset, I am inflexible about it, and I only want someone to say, yes, you are correct. Yes, you are correct. Correct? In this, confusion will never go. You will perish is 100% true. If I have a doubt, I have to go with an open mind and be ready to hear anything and everything. Go with a very, very open mind. It can be anything, which is fine. But if I go prejudiced that I need this answer, then you want someone to just say yes to what you are saying. And if 5 people say yes to what I am saying, then you are happy. And I love to be in that confusion. Correct? It is anyway not going to give you any benefit, but you will still be in the confusion, and that stifles your growth, that stifles your progress. Isn't it correct? This is what Krishna is very clearly telling. Don't bring confusion within people. Just because you are doing something different. You have to be aligned with what the Shastras are and help them to get that very clearly into them. If that is a correct thing, you need to ensure that that is completely, they are convinced with it. Okay. A person at the age of 25 just going to get married, if he comes and says, yes, tell me in a nutshell what Vedanta is, and if you tell him na karmana na prajaya dhanena, gone. Should never tell that. Problem. Then what? Dhanyam dhanam pashum bahuputra labham shatasam vatsaram dirghamayuhu. Do your work properly with dharma, do it, earn a lot. Never tell him that give up money. That is going to have a problem for you. No. He will give up coming to you. At that age, they have to earn, they have to grow, all that should be there. Then what should you tell? Along with earning, learn to donate also more. Earn more, donate more. Earn more, donate more. You become a multi-billionaire and you donate in billions. Nothing wrong. Do you understand? That is how we have to. So don't break that and tell everyone. Sometimes people will say, no. There are, including certain Swamijis, they will never take their name. They will never take their name. They have a feeling that if they take their name, that individuality will grow. Okay. So the way they will say is as a third person. That thing wants that. As though this is just a body. But the moment you say that thing, what is it giving you as a thought? Individuality only. So individuality in the words, if it is there, doesn't matter, should not be there in the mind. Okay. So very clearly when it comes to this particular shloka, Krishna is very specific. He says, Sankarasya cha kartasyam upahanyami maaf prajaha. I do not want to create a confusion among people. And this is a very, very clear advice to jnanis. That is why when you really see jnanis, they will never say, oh, you are doing all these things. No, don't do it. Stop all that. Aham Brahmasmi, aham. They will never tell that. Should not be told. It is like a child at the age of 5 will play with balloons. You have to only teach the child, don't worry, the balloon may get broken. Which on maturity the child anyway will get it. That you can help the child to accept it, by which the attachment will reduce. But stopping to play with the balloon, no. It is not going to help you. You are wasting your time. Kala kridati gacchatyayuhu. If you tell, then it only shows that you are a maha-ajnani and not at all a jnani. It is true. Because everything has its own time to mature. Correct? Triyambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukam iva bandhanat mrityoho mukshiyam. This urvarukam iva bandhanat. Bring the situation in such a way that it will by itself severe. Don't push it to severe. Urvarukam iva bandhanat. And if someone says that I don't have that patience, what does it mean? You are an ajnani. No, I don't have that patience. God knows whether ye janam mein hoega ki nahi. ठीक है, नहीं हुआ तो क्या प्रॉब्लम है. you continue to help that person rather than expecting results coming out of it. No, it will never come. When maturity dawns on that person, automatically it will get dropped one day. And that dropping will never pain that person, will never pain. Correct? Don't do an operation like the doctor does. It is not required. Like naturally let it fall. I'm referring to desires. I'm referring to all these things. Slowly that vairagyam should come. It will come by time. For each person it will be different. Don't hasten the process. Keep helping to move in the right direction. That is important. You can't be just leaving it, one day it will come, so let me leave it. No, that is also not right. Your effort needs to be there, and slowly Bhagavan's anugrah will come one day where you will get matured and you will leave it. Correct? So, prematurely we can't do it. That is called Varna Sankara, your Sankaraha, creating a confusion. Okay? Right? So, which is the shloka here? 24. Utsideyuhu ime lokaha nakuryam karma chedaham. Sankarasya cha kartasyam upahanyami maaf prajaha. Again, Krishna is very, very clearly not talking about prani. They don't need it. Maaf prajaha. Prajaha, human beings. Only for human beings these are required. Why? Everything in the nature will follow its own way. Only human beings, we have this special ability to conquer the nature. I can do it. Right? Now, not just our behavior with people, but our interaction with nature itself also gives us similar impacts. Correct? Slowly, for little by little, don't go very far away. Our original classes were there in Hiranandani. So take Hiranandani estate as an example. Many of you all are from Hiranandani, so you know. 10 years back when you had come here, how many trees were there? How many buildings were there? Slowly and steadily, one by one, very, very, very intelligently, the trees have gone and concrete jungles have come. Now, don't we know the impact of it? Right? Who has to face the impact of it? Right? So this, even if you want or you don't want, even if you have done it or others have done it, you will have to face it. Make sense of it? You will have to face it. There is no way where you can run away from all these things. If we are in a world of plastics, the plastics are going to destroy us one day. No way to run away from it. Okay, so again, from a macro universe, from a micro personal relationship, all this fits, and immediately you will not see any impact. All this happens very slowly, like when you have a rock and waves come and hit it, slowly you will see over a period of time that the rock is already gone, disappeared one day. Correct? Exactly like that. Suddenly, oh my God, I used to see it about 2 years back, now it is gone off. Yes, when it has gone itself, you will not know it. As 300 years back, what our forefathers used to do, has completely gone. And today when someone says that they were doing like this, it will be Greek and Latin. What are you talking? I have never heard this in my house. How will you hear it in your house? Because at least 4 generations have stopped even talking about it. Right? That's a reality. And that is how this, if we want to change, bring the change in us. If we want a change, bring it, do it yourself. Don't bother what others are saying. If it is correct, if it is, don't go for priyam, go for hitam. There's a difference between priyam and hitam. Priyam is what I like, hitam is what is good for me. Okay, go for hitam. The world may be against you, doesn't matter. Persistently be there. When you are there, everyone will only point finger and show, क्या यही काम है. But the day you go, everyone will start saying, you remember that person? Completely dedicated. You know, another one fantastic example given by one of the acharyas is very nice, I liked it. Every daughter-in-law will never appreciate the tough things given by the mother-in-law. ऐसा करो, ऐसा ही करना है. No, why to do it? But the day mother-in-law passes away, the daughter-in-law will be the first person to do that. No, my mother-in-law used to do like this. Many of you all would have experienced this. When the person was alive, always against it. But the person dies, that becomes a big value. And that did not come by itself, huh? It came only because the mother-in-law was doing it. Huh? Yadyad acharati, that shreshtatvam was there, but only I was not externally accepting it. But if that value has been accepted internally, it will start getting manifested, and that itself will become a very big stotram. No, we have to do like this only. My mother-in-law was doing like this only. She has taught me all these things. Okay, you check. There will be many such occasions which mother-in-law, someone or the other, like this it will be there. And this is what comes by actions. It never comes by words. They are hitam. They may not be priyam. They are hitam. So clear. Little thoda Bhagavad Gita is not just making you hear all good things what you want. Some realities have to be there, and that is how that world is. And that is why clearly Krishna says, if I have to do it, I have to do it. I can't give myself any little also of चलो जाने दो तो आज एक दिन छुट्टी मारेंगे संकरस्य च कर्तास्याम उपहन्यामि माः प्रजाः. Okay, is it clear? Now the next one, he says उत्सीदेयुरिमे लोकाः. The next one, सक्ताः कर्मण्य विद्वांसः यथा कुर्वन्ति भारत कुर्याद् विद्वांस तथा सक्तः चिकीर्षुः लोक संग्रहम्. Another very, very important teaching for jnanis, very clearly for jnanis. And when you look at it, you have two types of jnanis. Paramarthika jnanis, who know Atma Jnana, they are one jnanis. And we are all Vyavaharika jnanis. We know what is dharma. For us also it is true. Vyavaharika jnanis also should utilize this, not just Paramarthika. Okay, because that will help us. You know what it gives? It gives a good amount of titiksha if you follow this one. Sakta karmanya vidvamsaha यथा कुर्वन्ति भारत कुर्याद् विद्वांस् तथा सक्तः चिकीर्षुर्लोक संग्रहम्. Okay. Saktaha. Let us go by the words now. Saktaha karmani avidvamsaha yatha kurvanti bharata kuryat vidwan तथा सक्तः चिकीर्षुः लोक संग्रहम्. असक्तः it should be. कुर्याद् विद्वांस् तथा असक्तः. सक्ताः सक्ताः कर्मणि अविद्वांसः यथा कुर्वन्ति भारत कुर्यात् विद्वान् तथा असक्तः चिकीर्षुः लोक संग्रहम्. Now there will be a question. How will a person see a difference if a jnani, a matured person, does work and an immature ajnani does a work? How to do it? See, who is a jnani? Go from a Paramarthika. Because the same thing will apply for Vyavaharik also. Nothing, no difference. I'll just give you that connection later. For a Paramarthika Jnani who has completed Karma Yoga, Upasana, then Jnanam, Jnana Nishtha, he has no desires. Correct? He is just doing it for Loka Sangraha. Whatever he is doing is with Ishvara Arpana Buddhi. Ishvara Ichha. He doesn't, it is not his Ichha, he will say it is Ishvara Ichha, as though. Why? It is hitam for many. Okay, so that more people benefit out of it. Loka Sangraham, that is his only aim why he is doing any work. Now when that person works and an Ajnani works, how to know? How will you know? Because it will be the same. For that he clarifies this. He says, suppose you tell me that you are a jnani, and as I have already told, कि भाई as a jnani I should not create a confusion. As a jnani I should not create a confusion. I need to still do work. But there is nothing for me to gain out of that work. I have gained whatever I want. There is no desire for me to achieve anything out of that work. तो फिर क्या है? चलता है, कुछ करते रहना है. कुछ करते रहना है. That चलता है attitude, if it is there, then that will be a big problem. So he says that chalta hai will not be acceptable. Huh? Even if you are a jnani, you can't be doing work as chalta hai. Why? I am anyway detached from it, right? That point of attachment and detachment, we have to be very clear. Jnani, the way he works, that detachment comes at the time of karma. And for an Ajnani, at the time of karma also, that attachment is there. That's the only difference. He says, as a person with attachment will work. Saktaha means attached, very deeply attached. Karmani avidvamsaha. Avidvamsaha means what? Who is not a vidwan. Means what? Who is an ignorant person. Ajnani. Ajnanina karmani saktaha. Okay. How a Ajnani will work with a lot of passion, with a lot of attachment in order to achieve a goal. He will put all the effort. He will not stop. Anything which comes in between, he will try to find out a solution till he gets his result, what he desires. That is sakta, correct? Once हम एक बार ठान लेते ये करना है, then you are so possessed with that goal and the outcome of the goal, you have created your own expectation of the result from that goal. Until you reach that expected position or that place, you will not stop it. Thousands of things will come in your way. You will work out how to circumvent it. उसे कैसा भी ये करके you will further go ahead. है कि नहीं? The more deep, for that a very nice example is given in Niti Shatakam. In Niti Shatakam, Bhartrihari gives a very beautiful example. He says commitment and dedication to a particular job should be in such a way. He says, take that when Samudra Manthana happened, what was the objective? To get Amrita, to get the nectar. There are so many problems which came in between. Correct? The moment they said Samudra Manthana had to be done, first, what will be that Mathni which we will use for churning? So Meru Parvata. All these were problems, and then they found one by one solutions, right? Okay, wo aa gaya. Then what happened? They started. What is the rope for it? Vasuki comes. As much as we are telling problem, solution, everything didn't happen just with a chutki. Okay? It took enough time to work. जो करने का अभी वासुकी आना है तो ऐसा नहीं आएगा, बहुत कुछ किया रहेगा. Correct? Everyone needs to get pampered. Then only that person will come out of the way to help. Right? So, then Kurma avatar hai to uplift that particular mountain, Meru Parvata. Then okay, they start churning. One after the other, 14 Ratnas came out. One after the other, 14 Ratnas came out. Dhanvantari came, Visha came, gems came, Mahalakshmi came, so many things have come. 14 things have come. Kalpataru. Now, one after the other as it came, they were not just happy, अरे ये आ गया ना अभी बंद करो, ये आ गया ना अभी बंद करो. No. साथ में प्रॉब्लम भी आया. Visha also came. Then they have to go catch hold of Shiva, हाथ पाँव पकड़ के भैया ले लो. And when he drank it, Parvati came to stop it. How many problems? Correct? The others were worried. अरे शिवा वापस निकाल दिया तो क्या करेगा? Correct? And then last with the nectar. Now when Amrita came, were they happy with it? Did they stop that? The objective was not just getting nectar, but to have the nectar. Then another plan. Mohini. Then she has to fool people. Okay. कितना एक का पीछे एक प्लान कर करके लास्ट में दे कितना till they got that, they did not stop. Good things will come, bad things will come, whatever comes, if your mind is focused on the final goal, till you achieve that, you will never stop. And that is called Saktaha Karmani. Ha. How much of motivation? Saktaha Karmani. And who are these people who are Saktaha Karmani? Avidvamsaha. Special title. Ajnanis. For that, don't say no, I will stop this. Then you are not avidvamsaha, you are vimudaha, special fool for stopping the work. Then what to do? Yatha kurvanti, as these people kurvanti, they do the work. So attached, finding solution after solution, plan after plan, plan A, plan B. If this fails, what to do? Okay, somehow I need to achieve it. I have to get it, hook or crook, right? Tarhi, like that, kuryat vidwans tatha saktaha, like that, a vidwan, a jnani, has to do the karma, but how? Asaktaha, without attachment. Now you tell me, doing the work committedly and deeply involved is manifestation of this desire. The more the desire is there, the more it will manifest into you putting effort. Correct? The person who has got, see, if Mukesh Ambani could become Mukesh Ambani and I could not become Mukesh Ambani, or an Adani could become Adani and I could not become Adani, means what? I did not have that much of a sakta with that goal, which he had. Correct? I have to hook or crook get it. I didn't have that. That means that motivation is not there to that level. And if that motivation is there, yes, I will progress in that level. Like that, my manifestation of this desire shows in action. Now what Krishna says, you should have that desire without attachment. If without attachment a desire is there, how will it manifest? It is like fooling everyone, correct? Think about it. Be practical. Huh? When 4 children are playing, one of it is my son, other 3 are not my son. Although they are very close friends, if my son has not fallen down and the other 3 fall down, I will go and help them. In case all the 4 fall down, where will I go first? That is called sakta. In case I go to other 3 or I don't bother, whoever I see first, and do it with the same involvement as though I am doing it for my son, then it is asakta. Rama. Someone can say, but that is sakta to that child. So the sakta and asakta, you will never know how it is, because it is a feeling internally within that person. Whether I am doing it attached or detached, only that person will know. For others, it will be the same as though an attached person is doing it. Then how do you know? That will be a very basic question. Suppose I do it that way, and somehow I slip, and I myself fall into a trap of getting sakta. We understand? These issues will come. Huh? Suppose I try to behave that I am not attached, but I show as though I am attached, and I do the work, and suddenly I say I got attached one day. That example, na, sannyasi becoming a samsari. It is exactly like that. There was a sannyasi. He was sitting and doing his dhyanam every day. One chuha, mouse, used to come jumping around him. उसका ऊपर से ऐसा जाता था. His meditation, dhyanam and all used to get a little disturbed. He was not getting angry, and he was a little outside the गांव का बाहर डेरा डाल के बैठ गया था अपना जो है. He was doing his penance and all. So these people in the evening, and they used to come, someone used to give him some food and all. Some people used to come ask him certain things and all. So like that, one or two wise people, when they came in the evening, he just told them casually, when I sit and do penance, there is a rat which is coming and jumping at that time. I try to search where it is. I don't know, it has gone and छुप गया किधर तो. But मैं penance के लिए बेटा बरोबर आके मेरा ऊपर से सब उड़ी मार के जाता है. So the moment you tell a problem, there are many people to give solution. Correct? Na prashte kasyachit bruyad. They would not think of that. He never asked for a solution. He only mentioned it. But taking upon it as their responsibility, some wise people gave him a solution. Okay? And what was the solution? If Krishna would have been there, Krishna's solution would have been totally different. But we know. Avidvamsaha gave a solution. And how the solution will be non-sustainable. They said, very simple, Swamiji. You do one thing. We will bring one cat. And we will leave it near your house, your kutia. You do your penance. This cat will be your Z security. Whenever this chuha comes, swaha. This is very good idea. What happened? Our Swamiji also became Karmani Avidvamsaha. Very good idea. And slowly the cat comes. Now how many rats will be there? 1 or 2 rats. 2 din mein swaha. 3rd day, now the cat comes and sits on the lap of the Swamiji. Started meow, meow. समझ में आ रहा है? Swamiji said, oh, ठीक है. Again, I have my free consultants available for me. Let them come. So when the free consultants came, he said, no problem Swamiji. हमारे गांव में गाय से गाय भरे, एक गाय लाके छोड़ देंगे. थोड़ा सा दूध निकाल लेना, आपके लिए भी अच्छा है. बचा हुआ दूध ये भी पी लेगी बिल्ली. दोनों खुश. वेरी गुड, फैंटास्टिक. गाय कम्स. 1 महीना तक दोनों पिए, अच्छा हो गया. पेनेंस क्या हुआ मालूम नहीं. स्वामी जी ऐसा प्रॉब्लम ना हो, गाय का गोठा साफ करना पड़ेगा. काउडंग, मच्छर, वो सब आजू बाजू में एवरीथिंग हैज स्टार्टेड नाउ. Says if I keep doing all these things, when I am going to do penance, Swamiji, you don't worry. You just get married. One lady will be there, she will take care of everything. He said, that is all. Okay, I am happy. What is the big thing? Anyway, I can do my penance. So, Mr. Swamiji and Mrs. Swamini are there now. Mrs. Swamini completes her work in 2 hours. And after that, Swamiji, बाजार कभी जाना है, ये कभी खरीदना है. स्वामी चलो, आप ऐसे ही बैठे रहेंगे तो मैं क्या करूं? Again, we have uncalled consultants. They keep giving lot of consultation. Swamiji, you keep her independent and happy. Says how? Few children. She will be happy, you will have time for penance. In few years, another gav came there. Swamiji set up another gav itself, nearest Kutia. समझ में आ रहा है? Like that, Saptaha Karmanya Vidvamsaha. If you do not understand it, you will end up into Avidvamsasi becomes a samsari. Like that. Like that. So we are mute.
No, your voice.
Huh?
Your voice is getting cut.
Yeah, it will come. Connectivity would have gone after that. So like that, a sannyasi becomes a samsari. Correct? And he says people should see it that way. But you should not be attached. And how will you know this? The only testing part, individually for every person, there is always in any karma two parts to it. This is the golden rule of the karma. The first part where action is there. The second part, result of the action. The first phase has got certain timeline. I plan, I set a goal, I put efforts, I do certain activities, and all that phase gets over. Are you able to get this? Then comes the second phase. After the action is over, between the action and the result, there is a phase. Result is the outcome of the action which you have expected and put a sankalpa as the goal, what you want to achieve. Correct? When Krishna is saying asaktaha kuryat, he is not referring to the first part. Saptaha karmani avidvamsaha yatha kurvanti tvam, he is referring to the first part. Are you able to get? The first part common for both. As a jnani and an ajnani, both for a goal, you plan the best, you put effort the best. If there are issues coming, you overcome it, you have another plans to it, mobilize resources, do whatever you want till you finish your action. Is it clear? And at that time of action, it should be while doing that action, Ishvara Arpana Buddhi. For Avidwan, it is not Ishvara Arpana Buddhi. For a Vidwan, it is Ishvara Arpana Buddhi. Are you getting it? The second part, for a Avidwan, it is Saktaha Karma Phala. He is attached to the result, and the outcome determines whether he is success or failure or whatever it is. The result determines whether it is succeeded or not. Okay? The efforts don't determine anything. The results are what determines it. But for asaktaha, one who is detached, after his job is over, he has already gone to the next job, not even bothered on the result, because whatever comes as the result is prasada bhavana. Whatever has to come will come. I am anyway not looking at that. So he continues to just keep putting effort with full dedication, and the moment that effort is over at a particular project, he has jumped to the next project. Whether it has given result or not, how it is coming, he is not bothered. Are you able to get this? So this is what he says, Saktaha karmani avidvamsaha yatha kurvanti vidwan kuryat tatha asaktaha chikirshuhu. For what? Loka sangraham. Not any other objective. Loka sangraham. Hitaishinaha. Okay. For the benefit of everyone, you have to do action. That means, hey Mr. Arjuna, hey Moodaha, don't run away. Even if you don't want to fight the war, even if you don't want to kill Dronacharya, Bhishmacharya, you have to kill, you have to fight. But only difference is, if you are intelligent, you know that Drona and Bhishma are just one form in front of you. They are actually Brahmaiva Ekamasmi. You don't have to worry about that at all. Why? Second chapter itself he has already told, Nainam Chindanti Shastrani, Nainam Dahati Pavaka. So, hey Krishna, you have to do your action like completely attached with desire a person does, but with full detachment, Ishwararpana Buddhi and Prasada Bhavana. And that is called Asakta Karma. That is only what is going to give you Karma Yoga, and that Karma Yoga will only make you mature in life. Okay, slowly that maturity will come in life. That is why many of these acharyas still have mathas. They will have their own discipline in that. They will have lot of karmas in that. You go to any acharya, any matha, they will have pujas in it. The pujas, the difference in the puja is, when we do the puja, we say, Mama dhanyam dhanam pashum bahuputra labam. But for them it will be Lokas samasta sukhino bhavantu. Sankalpa is different, but the karma remains the same. Are you clear? It is all on the sankalpa, it is all in the mind, whether you are attached or detached, but action will look as Mahasamsara. Mahasamsara. Okay, and hence it will be very wrong for us to make a comment on anyone else based on outwardly what actions are being done, because we have no access to reach that person's mind. And even if that person pronounces it with their mouth, we do not know how much of that is being truthfully told to us. It can even be doctored to tell us differently. But that person's mind is what that mind is. Hence, if we don't want kachra in our mind, we should always consider everyone are doing everything asakta, by which we will start doing everything asakta. So even if a maha desiring person does something, look at the positive part and say how nicely that person has done it for benefit of so many, and that will help us to foster that value in us that we can be asakta. If you look at only the selfishness of why that person is doing, we in turn will become more selfish. Right? If we have to foster selflessness, then you have to look at selflessness in everything. If you have to foster selfishness, then only you will look at selfishness. Is it clear? Is it fitting properly now? Okay. So with this, na buddhi vedam na saktah karmanya vidvamsaha, we will go to the next shloka, which is the 26th shloka, na buddhi vedam janayet, later on. Okay. Now, before ending this, I just want to mention few things. Now, there will be couple of days, or rather, when I just look at the Saturdays and Sundays which are coming ahead in the next 2 months, there are very high chances that many of the classes will get cancelled. If I just go by what I see today, maybe after say the class which is on 6th, no sorry 5th, after 5th, which is Saturday, we will have probably 13th class will be there, which is Saturday. 12th class will also go. 12th will not be there, 19th will not be there, 26th will not be there, 3rd December will not be there, 10th will not be there, 17th possible, 24th December not there, and 31st December possible. Now, see why I am saying this is, you don't have to note and keep. I will send details to you all, don't worry. I just want to understand from your, if I go by this timing of Saturday, then many of the classes will get cancelled because there are other pujas, as well as I will be going to Shabarimala and coming. Hiranandani Ayyappa Puja is there, Brahmand Ayyappa Puja is there. All these are all on Saturday, Sundays. Many of this will get cancelled. I'm sure earlier who are attending Vedanta, they know normally it is like this month, 2 months and all is a chutti only. But 2 mahina chutti milege to, I personally feel in an online, many people would already have taken sannyasa from this class, which I don't want. Correct? I want you all to be in pravritti marga of learning and don't take nivritti from learning. Okay. To help that, I have an alternate proposal. It may not be very priyam to everyone, but very high chances of hita. If this particular timing of Saturday is not available, we can adjust, if you are okay, on some of the Sundays between 4:30 to 6. Thereby minimizing at least cancellation of 3-4 classes. But surely 4 classes I think will go. No options on that, because Saturday, Sunday everything will be packed with it. But at least 2 months chutti can reduce to 1 month. And we will have intermittently still connecting. It won't be continuously 4 weeks together. So I can make a proper schedule and share it, where whichever days on Saturday, it will be 9:30 to 11. If Saturday is not possible, then Sunday 4:30 to 6. Okay. If you all can adjust little for this 1 or 2 months, then at least we will not cancel many classes and that continuity will be there. So if it is okay with you all, I will send it and then we will follow that. Let me also work it for the other classes. Together I will make a proper schedule for the 2 months and then send it so that you can follow your own schedules and accordingly attend the class. Is it okay? Is it workable? Fine. So some little amount of inconveniences on Sunday could be there, but having told earlier, you all can adjust. But if it is inevitable, no problem. You know it is available in YouTube. You can always hear to it and not miss it. Yeah? Okay. So with this we will stop today. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Brahmarpanamastu. Next class will be there on Saturday, 5th of November. That will be there. Okay. But I will send all the details in WhatsApp later on. Hari Om. Hari Om. Dhanyavad. 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 Hari Om.